Hi, I'm Gay Cyrus, Reconciliation Action Plan Officer for Gladstone Regional Council. Gladstone Regional Council would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Baili, the Garang, the Garang and the Tarablang Bunda people. We pay respect to their elders past, present and emerging. We would also like to extend that respect to other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in our region. To find out more about Council's Reconciliation Action Plan, visit gladstone.qld.gov.au.
Hi, I'm Jamie from Calliope Library. We're just one of 6 branches around the region, and we're here for all your reading, viewing and basic tech needs. All you need is your free library card. Come down and see us.
As a Regional Arts Development Fund, there are some things the RADF does not support. Welcome, Jack. Could you tell us a bit more about what an applicant needs to be eligible for funding?
Hi Lorna, yes, there are some guidelines around what is not eligible for funding. Applications must be signed. Unsigned applications will not be eligible, and applicants can't apply if they haven't acquitted previous RADF grants. Acquitting a grant requires submitting an outcome report, and this report is then reviewed by the committee. You also need to ensure that your artists and art workers are paid the recommended rates. There's information online available regarding the artist fees. Each round has a specific start date for projects, as activities that commence before council approval are not eligible. The committee's recommendations for the current round are scheduled to be presented to council on the first Tuesday in October. So projects won't be eligible if they start before that date, including confirming your artist or booking any travel. So we recommend that you give yourself plenty of time after that start date for your project to be promoted and for any key stakeholders to be ready for you. A small proportion of framing and freight cost can be covered, and as a guide, only 10% of the total framing and freight cost would be considered a small proportion.
Well, thanks, Jack. Can you tell me how you got involved with the RADF?
Well, I'm a singer-songwriter, and a couple of years ago I recorded and released my first album. On this album there were 3 songs that I really wanted to make music videos for. So what I did, I approached the Regional Arts Development Fund and applied for funding to get these music videos made. It took us a fair old while, and after we had the big reveal and they were all released, I got the opportunity to become part of the Regional Arts Development Fund committee, and yeah, it's a great job. It's lovely to see all the all the projects and all the enthusiasm in the area around all the arts and crafts, and it's just magnificent.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Hi Hannah, welcome.
Hi.
Can you tell us some more about RADF funding, who is eligible and who is not?
Hi Lorna. The guidelines around what is not eligible for funding doesn't mean you can't include them in your budget. These are the things you'd include as your support towards the project. RADF doesn't cover any catering costs, openings, launches and parties, even if they are part of an exhibition or community project. Funding is not available to pay for entertainment for events, unless there is a developmental aspect included. For example, artists performing at a community event might run a series of developmental workshops for community members as part of the project. Projects for competitions are not eligible, and costs for publishing should be directed to organisations that provide print-on-demand services. A small proportion of printing costs can be considered as eligible if part of the presentation for significant projects. As a guide only, about 10% of the total publishing costs would be considered a small proportion. Costs for purchasing capital items, some materials expenses, and operational funding are also restricted. You'll find more details in the guidelines about these items. Lastly, RADF does not support 100% of any project. Applicants are required to make a significant contribution, which may be in kind.
Thank you, Hannah. Can you tell us how you got involved with the RADF?
Absolutely. I became involved through applying myself. I was running a project with my not-for-profit organisation Plural Theatre, where we ran workshops with young people living in foster, kinship and residential care, focusing on their emotional resilience as they transitioned out of care. And from that fantastic experience where we got so much support from RADF in terms of money but also in mentoring, it was really exciting for me when I was approached to be a part of the committee, and I jumped at the opportunity.
Thank you. It's very important that you read through the guidelines of your application before you start. Hello Bindi, welcome. Now, brief and clear support material strengthen RADF applications, and applicants are encouraged to only include relevant support material. Can you tell us more about essential support materials?
Yes, all artists seeking to be paid by RADF must complete 4 key documents. Firstly, an eligibility checklist, which is provided with the application form. Secondly, a schedule of fees. Thirdly, an artist resume or curriculum vitae, and also a confirmation of availability. It is also essential to provide some evidence of community support, such as letters of support from groups who will benefit, letters of support from project partners, a community elder, workshop leader or a gallery owner. Also, we seek quotes from tradespeople, publishers or other businesses mentioned in your budget. With the support material, it is generally not returned, so please provide copies and you keep the original, or explicitly request the return of certain material if required, such as specialised slides, and we'll arrange for the committee to view your originals. Please be sure that your name and address are included on all support material. Then you're all set.
Thank you so much. Bindi, can you tell me how you got involved in the RADF?
I've been with RADF, I'm pretty certain it's over 10 years now. As an artist, I work in a range of mediums. I work as a writer, as a public artist. I'm also an Indigenous artist, and I hope what I bring to the committee is that quite a broad range of expertise, but the thing that I like the most is I'm seeing younger artists come up and they're getting funding, they're getting grants, and it's their first steps into becoming basically a professional artist. That's probably the thing that I find the most gratifying with the Regional Arts Development Fund.
Thank you for watching our inaugural RADF training web series. If you require any further information about RADF or any feedback that you would like to know about continued training or the development of the arts and the cultures in our region, please contact the Gladstone Regional Council. We look forward to your active involvement.